Hello and good evening, everyone. We are going live tonight once again on Source Radio Network, and I am calling into the show now. I pray that all of you are doing beautifully, and I'm about to be on with my dear friend Kathy B of Source Radio Network.
Welcome to Blog Talk Radio. Please hold and you will be able to listen to the show. You are now in the host.
And here we go.
Worship Center.
And let's share this on the other pages.
Welcome back, Source Nation. You're listening live to Healthy Living with Dr. Julissa. Unmuted. Muted.
Good evening, Source Nation. Good evening, and welcome to Healthy Living. I am your host, Kathy B. We have about 35 minutes before we leave live. The telephone number to reach us tonight is 619-924-0933. Again, 619-924-0933. We want to take a quick moment to thank some special people that have come on tonight and have given us an amazing show. Up first, at 6 p.m. was Chef Keith, and tonight's amazing meal was fish and chips, something that's very tasty to eat as well as budget friendly. For more information on regards to Chef Keith and what was prepared tonight, you definitely can go out to Kathy B, Source Radio Network, as well as our main station page, Source Radio Network. And then I want to thank Miss Vita McNeil, right? That's right. She came in tonight, did a wonderful fitness exercise routine for us. You definitely can check her out on Kathy B, Source Radio Network, as well as our main station page, Source Radio Network. And then, of course, our show at 7 p.m. with Clinton McCoy, transformational coach. Definitely some great information that he shared with us tonight. You can go out to Kathy B, Source Radio Network, as well as our main station page, Source Radio Network, to get more information in reference to Clinton as well as his guests. And I do believe, Source Nation, if you go back out on Facebook, he's doing an extended version of his show. So definitely check him out and support him as well as Vita and Chef Keith. Well, you guys know what time it is. That's right. We are now here live for Healthy Living, and I'm going to bring in my dear friend, Dr. Julissa Hernandez, into the studio. And tonight's conversation is going to be an amazing one. You know, we've actually had some great weeks here. We're pretty much on week 6. Can you guys believe it? Week 6. And we are speaking on the 10 most important principles of sex and how we can utilize these principles through Chinese medicine. Now, what I love most about tonight's conversation is the fact that we're going to continue our 10-week series from Dr. Julissa's brand new book, which is the Naturopathic Approach to Fertility. Now, of course, I want to share this. Yes, we're going to be speaking on fertility, but it's also important for us to understand that our reproductive systems must be healthy as well. So Dr. Julissa and I will talk on that. But tonight's conversation is all about expression of love and care during sex. Juicy, juicy, juicy. I love it. I do believe that Dr. Julissa is here in the studio with me. Dr. Julissa, hello, and welcome to Healthy Living. How are you this evening?
I am feeling divine despite the chilly weather outside, now feeling toasty and warm as I rushed on over here so we could get on live together again. My sweet friend, how are you?
I am wonderful. It's chilly here in North Carolina as well, and I'm telling you, it feels like snow.
Oh, okay.
But hey, you know, I'm sitting here in my office, and I'm toasty as well, and I'm excited that you and I are going to bring another topic tonight to the Source Nation family. But before we do that, Dr. Julissa, if you will, please, if you could take a moment just to introduce yourself to everyone that's listening tonight, that would be most appreciated.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, my sweet friend, for having me once again. Hello, everyone. Hello, Source Radio family and my beautiful Facebook family. My name is Dr. Julissa Hernandez, naturopathic doctor, practicing now for over 22 years. I'm an international speaker of natural medicine, teacher of natural medicine, radio and television personality, and honored to be a part of the Source Radio family here with all of you. Thank you for having me, Kathy.
Thank you so much. Again, Source Nation, we are speaking on tonight. Dr. Julissa and I have been doing an amazing series. It's actually a 10-week series that we're doing in regards to the 10 most important principles of sex doing and utilizing Chinese medicine, And tonight's conversation is all about expression of love and care during sex. You can actually follow along with us here live as you're listening here on Source Radio Network, as well as on Facebook with Dr. Julissa, and the book that we're referring to and speaking from is The Naturopathic Approach to Fertility. Now, Dr. Julissa, let's talk about number 6, which I just stated, which was the expression of love and care during sex. Talk to Source Nation and let us know, why was it so important for you to place in the book?
Well, my premise was for this book not only to be for those couples that are desiring to have a child. Obviously, that is one of the main focuses there, but knowing that this is something that any woman can use, any man can use, any couple can use to enrich their sexual health, to enrich their bond and intimacy. And with that, in the pages of my new book, from 136 to 141, I wanted to detail specifically about those prescriptions of life preservation that entail sex and Chinese medicine. And with principle number 6, it is so important to understand that the loving energy must be present for there to truly exist a beautiful, intimate, affectionate bond between two people. And I'm going to want to read specifically what that preservation of life principle actually entails, as I quote in the book. And for those of you that have it, I'm referring to the bottom of page 138. And principle number 6, the expression of love and care during sex. I feel this continues to touch upon being gentle with each other before, during, and after intimacy. Foreplay that involves re-exploring each other's bodies, appreciating each other's skin, curves, muscles, delicateness, and strength, all those physical attributes that attracted you both to each other in the first place. And again, taking time to look into each other's eyes often, all of this enhances love and care during sex. And elaborating more upon this, if we see how Chinese medicine also plays into bringing in more intimacy and increasing the bond between two people. If we look at Tantra, which is very much focused on Tao teachings, and for those of you that know, the Tao Te Ching, based on Asian philosophy, in Tao teachings with regards to sex that relates to Tantra, and for those of you that have heard of, for example, tantric sex, you learn that you want to be aware of your 5 senses, Kathy. So smell, touch, hear, taste, and sight. Taking principle number 6 into consideration, expression of love and care during sex, taking the time to show love and care by also being present in the moment of expressing and being bonded to, showing your partner how you can relate to those 5 senses. So smell, taking time to not just lather each other with, for example, perfumes and lotions and so on, but allowing your own natural scent and pheromones to permeate, and that be something that pulls your partner in. So many of us cover ourselves up with different types of scents, and that's, for example, one way to express love and care, and just really taking a moment to smell your partner and their natural scents and feel how that begins to rise within you as far as sexual desire. So That's smell. Touch, taking time, love and care during sex, taking time to be gentle and soft and slow. We talked about this last week, remember? How taking the time with your partner was very important. And so the touch there and really being aware, asking your partner to close their eyes. And in tantric sex, this is utilized where the person has to really be in the present moment when they close their eyes and allow themselves to be touched gently by their partner, not necessarily in the area of the loins, but just anywhere as far as other erogenous zones located in the body. So smell and touch, hearing, taking the time to, again, allow your partner to close their eyes and whispering softly in that person's ear, taking time to express your love in words and have that person feel your love through your words and allow that to be something that envelops them in a true desire of richness of intimacy. Smell, touch, hear, taste. In tantric sex, for example, they take the time to show that feeding each other, feeding your partner, let's say, morsels of grapes or fruits, berries, things of that sort, taking the time and again allowing the partner to close their eyes and feel the way that piece of food or fruit, let's say, feels in their mouth, the sweetness and how delicately the partner is placing that between their lips and so on. Those are all things to take time, love, and care to show expression. And then sight. Being allured and feeling sexual desire by just taking the time to look at and admire your partner, taking the time to really just feel enveloped by his handsomeness or her beauty. And that is exactly what taking time of love and care, I feel, pertains to increasing that intimacy and bond between a couple.
Great information, Dr. Julissa, and thank you for sharing that. And as you were speaking, of course, Source Nation, any information that I find outside of what we're speaking on in reference to tonight's topic and Dr. Julissa's book, I would love to speak on that. So I did find an article in relation to what you were speaking on, Dr. Julissa, and I want to just share that with you. You spoke of the five senses and how we can connect to one of them. But I also feel, too, really beginning to understand why you are with this particular person and why you are connecting with them. But how are you expressing the area of love? Why do we say, I love you? And I felt like this was something that can lend some type of truth and awareness. Now, this one particular area that really caught my interest talks about every day love being a special occasion, not letting it just be something that you say, not letting it be just something that you express between one another, but why is it important? And I love the fact that you said that, being able to feel, touch, and connect with them by looking with them. And of course, my big thing is communication. But they said, these are the questions that you need to ask when you are utilizing the five senses or when you are in the moment with the person that you love. Because are we truly connecting with them through the meaning and expression of our eyes? And what they meant by that, just as you said, are you looking at them? Are you truly expressing how you are feeling? They say that eyes are the windows to the soul.
Yes.
That the eyes say and speak anything and everything that you need to know about a person or would like to know about a person. They also stated that you can share more about your uniqueness and special qualities with that person, meaning, again, going back to being able to communicate and share whatever it is that you want with them within that intimate moment. They also stated that, are you allowing yourself to be fully open and expressing what's truly on your mind and in your heart? Do we also allow ourselves to feel the specialness of our inner romance when we're expressing them on the outside? And have we truly gotten our individual selves out of the way to really experience love, to experience the intimacy between the two? What are your thoughts about that? And is that true?
Absolutely pertains to taking the time to be in the present moment. I absolutely agree with all of that. When you take that moment to really, truly, silently, for example, looking into each other's eyes, taking that moment to express by really creating that connection in that moment in that way, then the other thoughts of whether, you're thinking about work normally, or you're thinking about the stresses of certain bills to pay and so on, that should fall to the wayside. And the moment of intimacy should be that one where it's just the two, just that expression, just being present. That's such a big part of spirituality, and really learning what it is to do that. You can really practice what it is to be in the present moment by making sure that you're aware of all of the surroundings with you in that moment, with your partner, what they say to you, how they look deeply, as you just said. Yes, looking into each other's eyes and not even speaking, just taking that moment to connect in that manner. I've had patients that tell me that when they practice those types of intimacy bonding moments, tears can begin to flow, welled up emotions that were stifled, that they never could express before. And all that is really something that's truly beautiful and necessary, I feel, to have a relationship grow.
And that's when I find that the relationship itself is the most purest and innocent.
Yes.
And that's the way that you're truly connecting. Yes. And you're right. Yes, that is the most beautiful thing about a relationship, is when you both can connect on that level, physically, spiritually, and mentally. It's simply beautiful. And of course, again, Source Nation, I want to let you know, and I didn't share with you all, that the questions that I just read to Dr. Julissa was from Unimed. So definitely take a moment and take a look at the article that we just placed out on Facebook, so that way you can follow along with it. Now, Dr. Julissa, I want to talk a little bit more in regards to expression. Now, here you talked about foreplay. Okay, now we've got, you and I over the years, we've talked about several different things when it comes to sex. But I know for hands down, foreplay has been something that a lot of women as well as men have expressed that this is what they need in order to heighten the sexual experience in their relationship. Talk to us a little bit about foreplay and why that is important to have within your intimate time.
Well, in that foreplay time before the ending moment of when intercourse takes place, that is, for example, when Principle 6 comes into play, expressing love and care during sex, taking the time to explore each other in different ways, being able to also be open to listen is part of the hearing aspect of being in touch with the 5 senses during the time of intimacy. And I believe that these should be explored one by one during the time of foreplay. So, for example, even the listening of allowing your partner to guide you and tell you exactly where you desire for their fingers or other parts of their body to roam to be able to bring you pleasure. Allowing the other person to also explore on their own, and then close your eyes to experience that sense of that sensory touch, for example, and then moving on to always experiencing the 5 senses. I really am adamant on making sure that couples do understand that even if I'm working with them with fertility, there has to be such a closeness and such an intimate bond between them, so that when they transfer all of that, within their genes to that loving creation that they're trying to create, it is all about love and all about coming together and understanding compassion and love in every sense of the word. So yes, I absolutely agree with that, with what you said. The foreplay is very important. And one thing that you said last week, Kathy, we ladies like it slow, for example, and where, and you really touched upon that point, and it was a wonderful point because and in classes of tantric sex and things of that sort, and tantra, it is known that a woman is multi-orgasmic, and a man can be as well, as long as he can learn those types of essences and learning how to work with his energy and so on, and being in the present moment and holding off and so on. A man can learn to be multi-orgasmic as well. However, a woman can easily be multi-orgasmic, and one aspect of that with regards to the foreplay is if a man still hasn't learned to be multi-orgasmic, and he is going to obviously reach his peak, and that would be the end of the, for example, intimacy between them after the intercourse part, then in the foreplay, the woman much of the time is the one that is receiving that pleasure first. And it should be a joyful act on part of the other partner also to bring their female partner to those heightened times. So the foreplay many times involves that the woman is pleasured first, and then the man follows, and then the ending of, for example, the intercourse part. It is wonderful when they can incorporate the five senses there and maybe hold out to experiencing all that in the time of foreplay before the finale part of the intercourse.
Great information being shared, Dr. Julissa. Thank you so much. Source Nation, of course, you are listening live right here on Healthy Living with Dr. Julissa, and I am your host, Kathy B. And tonight's conversation is all about the 10 important principles of sex in Chinese medicine. And of course, we have, Dr. Julissa and myself have been doing a series, and we are actually on principle number 6. And tonight's conversation is all about expressions of love and care during sex. Now, going back to the article that we were speaking on, Dr. Julissa, they also mentioned where sex and intimacy can be a problem is the fact that we tend to let our daily lives come into the bedroom, so to speak, where we're burnt out and we're feeling dejected from whatever may have transpired through the day. Some of us may have been traumatized with past sexual relationships, that the relationship that we're currently in, we truly are unable to focus. I know I remember mentioned last week in our talks that I had a pretty much a mental or physical block up when I was in my relationship a year after my divorce. It was like I couldn't focus on the fact of I'm in a new relationship. This is a new person, and my time spent and my energy all needs to be in that one place instead of I was bringing in a resentment from my divorce and from my failed marriage. So with that being said, let's talk about the fact that when we realize that this is coming into play and why our intimate sessions or settings with our mates isn't working, is the fact that we need to concentrate on putting that down and focusing on what's new. What are your thoughts about that? And have you ever had any clients that have experienced that, and how do they come away and being successful in their intimate time?
A wonderful question, Kathy. Wonderful. What I've come across, not so much when they express this in the office, not so much the bringing into the bedroom the daily stressors of, let's say, work or whatever it may be. What I come across the most is how couples may be harboring certain negative emotions with regards to each other, whether it be some unresolved forgiveness challenges, or whether it be resentments, or whether they be harboring fear in the bedroom. Maybe I've come across a couple where she was sexually abused and couldn't partake in certain acts in the bedroom with her husband. He was very compassionate and understanding about that, and we had to work through helping her let that go, where she would break into tears. She told me, a very young couple, she would break into tears when being intimate with her partner, and that was a hindrance, and not all the time she would have that challenge, but that was a hindrance in much of the aspect, and she wanted to overcome that. So that's actually what I personally have come across with regards to patients, not so much where they've expressed, oh, I'm bringing work into the bedroom, or I'm bringing the problems of the kids. I haven't heard that too much, but I know that it does exist, absolutely, as you said. It goes a bit deeper in some of the emotional challenges and overwhelming emotions that they would have been holding on to for a significant amount of time, that is then affecting them physically. Blockages, walls, I call them, blockages of chi that don't allow them to achieve that conception, where they want to have the baby, or don't allow them to have as healthy a reproductive system or healthy balance as they can have.
Okay. Great, I love that. And then, of course, Dr. Julissa, we have a question that just came in before we wrap up tonight's conversation. Go ahead and get back to that. It says, what if your partner is really not into eye gazing? What can we do in the bedroom?
I would recommend that they try their best, or use some sort of other act where, whether it's each of them bringing some allure into the bedroom that their partner just watches, and at least they touch upon that sense of sight. And again, my recommendation is to really touch upon trying to be in the present moment with regards to all five senses: smell, touch, hear, taste, and sight in the bedroom. If the eye gazing is an issue, then maybe there's something within that person that they feel still within them that they don't want them to see. So we have to think of it in that manner. That could be something that they're maybe hiding, holding on to, that they feel ashamed about. You never know, and I'm not judging anyone, but there may be a reason for that. One should feel open to receive and open to give as well. And one way to do that is by opening up and allowing your partner's energy to penetrate you as much as you can, not only verbally. I understand conversation, as you said, is wonderful, and some people really truly feel that sexual desire just from hearing sweet, loving words tickling their ears. Great. But also through sight, touching upon all those five senses, I feel is important as well.
Yeah, I believe that as well. Well, Dr. Julissa, again, thank you so much for coming in tonight, giving us some great information in reference to our sixth principle, and again, Source Nation, that is expression of love and care during sex. Of course, you can continue to follow along with Dr. Julissa and I as we complete our 10-week important principles of sex. Follow us here every single Thursday, as well as continue to support Dr. Julissa, because we are taking this very valuable and important information from her brand new book, which is a naturopathic approach to fertility. Now, Dr. Julissa, before we wrap up the show, you know that we always like to leave either with an encouraging word or maybe some tips and advice that we have not shared in tonight's conversation. If you wish to share something with us tonight, we would love for you to do so at this time.
Well, I would, excuse me. I've been using my voice a lot lately.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Well, I would love for everyone to, excuse me, obtain more information via my book on Amazon. It's The Naturopathic Approach to Fertility. And thank you so much for having me here tonight, Kathy. My voice is a bit strained. I've been using it a lot lately, so that's why I've been sipping tea during the show. Thank you.
That's quite all right. That's quite all right. Well, we are going to let you go so you can take care of your voice, because we definitely need you back here next week to give us some more great information in reference to the 10 principles of sex. So you take care of yourself. I'll go ahead and close out the show.
Thank you, dear. Thank you.
Again next week.
Okay, wonderful. Well, there we go. I'm back. And you can all find my information on my site. Thank you. Good night and blessings.
Awesome. Good night.
Good night.
Blessings.
Bye now.
Well,